Sports to the bone, people. Blessings, 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 my viewers and subscribers. Welcome back to another live show. It's indeed a pleasure to be here, to have a talk with you guys once again. As you can imagine, we're going to be taking a look at that final warm-up game that the West Indies played earlier today against the UAE. We also have the first test match in the Ashes starting tomorrow morning. So we're going to touch on that also. And couple of other things. So just hit that like button once you are in so the thing can push out, so the others can know that we are on. But it is indeed a pleasure to be here once again to have another live show with you all. So we're going to be here for the next 60 minutes talking some cricket mostly. I know most of you guys are probably still upset that you were unable to get ball by ball or commentary, at least an update while when the West Indies were playing earlier today. So the West Indies, they were able to secure a victory in that final game there, and we are now looking forward to the first game, which is going to be on Sunday, if I'm not mistaken. So let me just give you a quick recap of how today's game went. So we batted first and scored 374 for 9, and we were able to get them to 260 for 9 in 50 overs. Batting for us, we had Ravman Powell. He scored a century. He made 105 of 55 deliveries. The former captain, Nicholas Puran, he also got a half century. He made 74 of 67. Kimo Paul made 54 from 50. Johnson Charles, he got 30. While Kyle Mayers made 33. So those were the main contributors. In terms of the bowling, Yannick Correa was able to pick up 4 wickets for us. So what are your thoughts now, my viewers and subscribers? What are your thoughts? I mean, that was our final warm-up game. It's do or die now. We are going straight into the qualifiers. So what are your thoughts having seen can't hardly say Shea Hope and his team because Shea Hope hardly did any batting, but what are your thoughts going into the first game? What are your thoughts? How are we looking? Sheldon in the place, blessings, Sheldon, blessing. Smith, blessings. Who else we have? Ash here also. Travis is here. And Jason is here. Blessings, blessings. Thanks for joining. So, final warm-up game. What are your thoughts coming out of the entire warm-up? The entire warm-up. I don't want to say series, but those 2 games that we played, and are you guys now convinced that we're going to make it through the qualifiers, or are you guys still a little bit edgy and worried whether or not we're going to be able to qualify? So the comment section is open. You can start by letting me know what what your thoughts are about the game that was played earlier today, and also the team in general. We noticed that Casey Carty has played all the games. Don't know if it is a case where they're definitely planning to use him in the middle order there, or they know that once Shea Hope and Puran are actually in the team, there will be no place for him, so they are giving him a go. I don't know, my viewers and subscribers. I always believe that you need to get as much match practice going in as possible. So, I always want the closest team to what you're going to use to actually play the warm-up games. Yeah, man, blessings. I am not convinced. I real edgy. Well, I am never ever really convinced when it comes on to West Indies. You can get anything on the day. A new captain should play every game. I can almost agree. I understand. I could understand them thinking that he can be on the sideline and help to run things if they are thinking that other people need the batting practice if he's there to run things in terms of calling the shots, because he needs practice where that is concerned. I can understand him wanting to make sure that the other specialist batsmen get an opportunity to bat, but I don't know if seems as if he's that confident, because he didn't do much batting in the 3 ODIs that we played against the UAE, and he didn't do much batting in these 2 warm-up games either. So let us see how it will go. Jason says my 11: Charles, Mayers, King, Hope, Puran, Powell, Holder, Smith, Hussein, Joseph, Karaya. I said this team will be my 11 for the first 3 games. If anyone fail, I will drop them. I don't know if I don't remember. Is Odin Smith actually there, or is just Romario Shepherd? So all right, you okay. That's your playing 11. All right, not bad. I am happy with the team performance. I like the team, and we are going to live. We need to rest Jason Holder. Team is good, says Philip. All right, so Philip is okay with the team. Sheldon says, I am thinking of changing my batting order as the ball is moving around early and calls for technique. So I am opening with Hope and King, Charles, Mayers, Puran, and Powell. I can understand the reasoning behind it, in terms of of wanting somebody to counter this the moving ball. We still probably going to have Anissa down in the middle order there, but I can understand the thinking. But I probably going to work with how I was working with it going in. As I said, this Carty and Brooks combo will cost us. This is politics. I don't like Hope sitting out. Primadonna business. He not good enough to be sitting out so much, especially batting at 4. Well, I wouldn't say he's not good enough to be sitting out that much. I just don't like the idea of him not playing. You understand? But I won't say he's not good enough, not that good enough to be sitting out. I think he's probably good enough to sit out 1 or 2 games against these teams, but would be better if at least in my opinion, if he played the games going in. Warm-up games were positive, but let's wait and see if they can do it in the matches that count. You understand? Because even US, even the USA, they played against Ireland, and I'm almost sure that US, I'm almost sure they were able to score over 300 against Ireland. So I will remember Ireland beat us a little while back. So good evening, guys. I am fully confident we're gonna qualify. We will only be troubled by Sri Lanka. All right, Sammy. Let's go to the bone. Holden Brook shouldn't play in the first ODI. These 2 are out, says Kurt. All right, from all we have seen, Hope should be opening. If we planning to play Brooks and Carty together, Hope has to open. Yeah. All right, so Jason changing it up there. So Shepherd instead of Smith, because Smith isn't there. All right, I don't like the idea of Hope not playing these games. These 5 games were meant to be preparation for the World Cup qualifiers, yet our captain hardly played a game. Don't like the idea. The same thing I was saying. I don't like it. I can understand wanting people like Powell and Poor and them guys to come back and get a knocking about. I don't like the idea, and you see worse because I don't have Carty playing in my first 11 where the ODI where ODI is concerned. I that even make me worse. Not like the idea. I would have liked to say Hope out there. All right. All right. If Holder and Brooks fails in this series, people must call for both of them to be dropped from the team, and also Carty. All right. I'm glad West Indies made nearly 400 runs, but not pleased. We lost 9 wickets. Another cameo needed by a lower order batsman. Powell, our top order concern. Powell say our top order concerns me. All right. Yeah, definitely going to want good starts from the top order. Just imagine how much stronger the batting would look if Arthanes was batting at 3 instead of Brooks. Yeah. This team is giving 2012 vibes, different players stepping up every game. All right, Sheldon say getting a little 2012 vibes. Plus the bowling is carrying us. I thought the other day, Sheldon, we were saying that the batting is what is going to carry us. Is the bowling carrying us now? Yeah, I don't know, Star. I don't know. Two players don't perform. Two player don't perform in UAE and warm up games. Brooks and Chase are not showing more aggressive. If it's time for them to be dropped, says Jason. All right. I don't think Hope is sitting around as much as we may not have seen him on the field. I know it's been put in some hard work in training. I mean, training, it's good to put in the work in training, but as a captain, where the real life situation is concerned, you want to know that he's out there. That's why I'm saying that even if he missed one or two of the games, I wasn't able to see. So even if he missed one or two, I would want to know that he's still there on the boundary rope, involved in the decision making because you need practice. You need to work through different situations and scenarios and things. Hope doesn't play enough cricket to sit out games. If he was a Kohli or Smith or Kane who play all formats and are excellent in all, I could understand. All right, I hear you. I hear you. Two warm up wins and we get in 2012 vibes. People forget West Indies capable of. That's what I'm saying. I'm waiting. I'm waiting to see what's going on. I had a feeling that they would try Puran as a spin option. It really got to stop. I don't like the idea. You understand? First thing, the two spinners. I'm hoping that Akil Hussain will come back into his own. But my two spinners, Yannick Correa, Akil Hussain. You understand? I don't like this idea of Puran bowling. Need to stop the foolishness. They need to stop it. You understand? If they give him the ball and it work and it take a wicket or two, we're gonna be happy. But they need to stop it. They pick people and doing some weird things. You understand? I can understand the team, I cannot understand. Chief selector gave the coach's basket to carry water, says Davis. I leave Puran alone. He's a master spinner. That man can turn the ball and glass in a man. Yannick and Chase maybe. Carty the attack with Joseph if Hussein don't start. Taking plenty wickets. Hussein spot maybe in trouble now with Yannick and Chase performing. But Chase not performing. What do you call Chase performing? He bowled the other day and took 3 wickets and made 30 runs. You know, I don't call that performing. I hear you still, Kurt. I hear you. Question Sports to the Bone. Will the pitch be a spinning pitch? I haven't heard any pitch report, but based on what I have seen in the warm-up games, well, based on what I have heard about the warm-up games so far, seems as if the ball is swinging around. You understand? Especially for the first 10, 15 overs, the ball is swinging all over the place. So, in terms of if it's gonna turn further down, I'm not sure. Looks like Ravman beat the hell out of the UAE bowling. That's an encouraging sign, at least spin wise for the qualifiers. And as I said, that is how it's supposed to be. You're playing as a specialist batsman, batting inside the top six. You have to score runs. Yeah, it's not a all round. You're playing as a specialist batsman. Poor enough to stop bowling forever. Poor need to settle down and bat. That's what Poor need to do and start make some centuries for the team and stop the foolishness. The game was over when Puran got an over. Don't take it seriously. Well, I have seen Puran taking the ball. At least he was captain. I have seen Puran taking the ball when the game wasn't over. So I won't say I'm not going to take it seriously. I understand. The last warm-up game before you go in, I'm not too certain if somebody getting 28 runs in one over is something that you want. With Puran bowl over and went for 28. Yeah, man, that's what I'm saying. I'm not too sure if the last warm-up game before the qualifiers start, you want a man to be scoring 28 off your ball, This ODI team looks like the same team that lost in the T20 World Cup. All right. Ronaldo 27 says none of these bowlers are good enough to test Shea. It is good that Hope giving extended run to all the batters. That gives us variation in the top order. Possibly Mayers, King Charles, then Hope at 4. And Ronaldo is back. A couple days ago, Supernova and a few others were asking for Ronaldo in, and he's back with the reasoning on point as usual. Never miss a beat, the great Ronaldo. Sports to the bone, with both Shepherd and Paul doing well, who do we go with in the starting 11? I mean, that's a good question. That's a good question. Um, you know, I guess on the day it depends. It depends on the other batsmen, because it's just one game alone. I see Kimo Paul getting some runs. Shepherd has been in good form with the bat. You understand? But I trust Kimo Paul more with the ball. If we're in problems out there, I trust him more with the ball. You understand? And with the batting, with those guys in the top order there with the bat, where the batting is concerned, I think I'm leaning towards playing somebody that's going bowl, give me a good 8-9 overs, with Kimo Paul. Yeah, I understand, but I could definitely understand us going with Romario Shepherd also, because he's looking good. We know that once he doesn't bowl in the power play or the death over, he's usually okay. But as a bowler, you have to be prepared to bowl, as Sheldon like to say, in whenever you're called upon. Which team would be more dynamic than this? Hope, King, Hetty, Poor, and Arthur Spoil, Shepherd, and whatever bowlers you choose. My team for next year. Hopefully by next year, as you say, we can get guys that are actually talented wanting to play for us. Arthanes definitely should be in the playing 11 though. Chase will not be playing in front of Hussein. It will be big. I think he's a mistake if they play Chase in front of him. I don't think it should happen, but who to tell? Who to tell? Funny enough, he does not make my team as a batsman or as a spinner right now. You understand? He does make my playing 11 as a batsman or a spinner, so I don't know why he's there. That's how I like Powell playing at the back end, beating the shine off the ball. Yes, all right. Supernova says, given how well Shepherd played in South Africa, I would give Sheppy the edge to start. But Kimo plays. If Kimo plays, we can't complain. Yeah, exactly. So as I said, he has been in good batting form, especially. So I can't even knock them too tough if they whichever. Kurt says, big up. All right, blessings, Kurt, blessings. USA score 300 plus against Ireland. If USA beat us, what we gonna do? That's what I'm saying. They scored 300 against Ireland. I remember we lost to Ireland a couple months back. So let us see. You understand? It would look good. It would not look good to see US beating us in cricket. I remember when I just started working here and was introducing cricket, the kids started to ask me what I'm talking about, if it's the insect named cricket. So can you imagine a country where more than half of the population don't know what is cricket, come and beat a team like West Indies? That wouldn't be too good. That wouldn't be too good at all. Kurt says, Sports Bone, why is Carty and Brooks getting this game time when on the big stage these two guys always choke at the crease and get out the same way over and over? As I said, I can't answer your question, because as I said there, Carty, I like him as a player, but he's not in my level. Where Brooks is concerned, I agree that he needs to kick on when he gets a start. But more often than not, Brooks makes a 30 and a 40. Not saying I accept that and I will settle for that, But I can understand them wanting to use him. But it's really frustrating to see him always getting a start and getting out. Azar bowls 7 overs for 16 runs, economy 2.28. He owns this format and should be in the ICC top 10. Yeah, man, Alzari did pretty well. Shepherd can bat, bowl, and field. Kimo Paul is weak now. All right, I hear you. Hole as a person to sit, both Paul and Shepherd plays. And that is not even a bad argument still, not Sheldon. It's just that going into the qualifiers, I can't see them playing these two I don't want to say inexperienced all-rounders at the same time. I see them bowling. I see them playing Jason Holder, especially for his 10 overs. I can see Jason Waller bowling 10 overs in, and helping the team. But I can understand where you're coming from though. Correa took back-to-back four wickets. Yep. USA will not beat us. I rebuke that. We will whip them like UAE. All right. Chase didn't bat and got leaked for 31 from 5 overs. Curry and Hussein have to be our spinners. Ideally, we would want a part-timer that can bowl 5 extra overs, but we don't have that. As I said, ideally, we would want that, but we're probably going to have to get a part-timer to bowl seam. You understand? The part-timer probably going to have to bowl some seam, some medium pace. But I'm not playing those three spinner at the same time because, as I said, Chase doesn't make my team as a batsman or as a bowler right now. Chase and Paul need to go back to drawing board, says Jason. Really? I agree with you, Sheldon Smith. Both Paul and Shepard should play whole. They should be on the bench as backup in case somebody gets injured. All right. Shane says sometimes we forget Chase has 5 Test centuries. Never underestimate Chase. That is the thing, He has 5 Test centuries, He has 5 Test centuries, but so why is he not performing like somebody that has 5 Test centuries? This is us not saying that he's never ever talented, And if we look at it like that, then we can go back for Chris Gayle and Marlon Samuels and Dwayne Bravo and all of them guys. All of them guys, they won world. They have a lot of centuries, wickets and thing. But simple thing is, leading up to when they retired, they weren't performing. You understand? So it's not like we are insulting Chase or anything. We know that when Chase came in, Chase was performing, but we're saying he's not capable of making this team right now. He has 5 Test century, has nothing to do with what is happening with his career over the last 2.5 years. Right now, we need Shepard batting at 7 or 8. The problem is our top 5 need to be better, so we don't have to rely so often on Shepard or Odin or Hussein with the bat. All right. Sports to the bone. Ashes start tomorrow. Have to wonder if England can win back the trophy. It's gonna be tough, It's gonna be tough. But they are playing in England, and I hear they say that they are preparing flat pitches because of the way how they want to play. But as I said in the video earlier today, if they prepare flat pitches to score a lot of runs, I don't know how they're going out the Australians. Let me just put it like that. But it's going to be interesting. Definitely going to be interesting. Just one thing of importance about today's game, guys. West Indies were 198 for 7 at one stage. If not for Powell and Paul, we could have been all out for less than 250. That's a good spot right there, Travis. Good spot. So, sometimes we forget. I think we read that comment already. All right, that's Ronaldo talking to. If we handle Arthanes right, we have a world-class batsman in the making. The funny thing about it, Kurt, I keep on saying it every time I come on this live. It's not like these people don't know that Arthanes is a good batsman, They know because the man was the top performer in the under 19 World Cup that he played. It's just that he had a couple. You know how it is when you finish under 19 and to move over to the professional side of things. But at the end of the day, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you because they know that Arthanes can bat. West Indies is far superior to all these teams in ODI format. It is clear, but Lennox, what say you on the Australia versus bazball? Call it no. I have been talking about it from the other day. I giving Australia it, and my reason for giving Australia is they said that they're going to prepare flat pitches, and I don't know. I don't know if I trust that bowling lineup. Archer isn't there. None of the current Tom Curran or Sam Curran isn't there. So more than likely it's going to be Stuart Broad, James Anderson, Ben Stokes, Moeen Ali. I don't remember the next bowler, but that is how that's what it's going to look like. I am happy that they brought back Moeen Ali and he's getting an opportunity, but I'm almost certain that what am I saying, Muhammad Ali? Moeen Ali, I am almost certain that he averages like 60-something runs per wicket against Australia. So it's going to be interesting, but I have Australia to win it. Good evening. Silva can make the ODI team mostly as a batsman. It's simple, you know. I always say that it's simple. All he needs to do when he's playing for Trinidad and Tobago in the Super 50, outscore the other batsmen and he will make the team easily. He's not going to make it as a wicket keeper because we know Shea Hope is going to keep Pooran is already there. So if he's going to make it as a specialist batsman, the easiest thing to do is to outscore Artanes, outscore King, outscore all the guys that are batting in the top order. Not same thing with Brooks and Carty. All that Silva needs to do is outscore these guys in the Super 50, and he will more than likely get a chance. Hussein, Joseph, Shepherd, Hola should bowl all their over, or else Mayers and Correa should be backup bowler if any bowler get beat. I hear historically speaking, the USA used to host a lot of competitive cricket in the 19th century. History could repeat itself. USA get really serious about cricket. That could be interesting. I mean, as I said, they get really serious, but we could see what you mean. Hussein, he don't score any runs with the bat. You mean Odin and Romario help at the end with the bat? Hussein, bro, what are you talking about? All right. Da Silva will never make the ODI team. Get that thought out of your head, especially with Hope there. That's what I'm saying. If he's not going to make it as a that's wasting a spot. If you're gonna select him and say that he can help with the keeping, that's wasting a spot because Pooran makes the team and Pooran can keep. Hope makes the team and Hope can keep. So all he needs to do is outscore the rest of guys and make the team as a batsman. That's all. I always tell people, it's pretty simple. Maybe not as simple as I look at it because Arthur has outscored everybody in the world in the regional championship and in the ODI and in the Super 50. They didn't give him a chance in the test that we played against South Africa. And then, he hasn't really gotten a chance in ODI either. So maybe there is something else to it. But I know I can't wait for this. All I know, I can't wait for this Ashes series to start to find out if the bazball era is really dominating Test cricket for England. That's what they're saying. Bazball is all good and well, as Steve Smith said a couple of days ago. He's definitely waiting to see how they match up against their bowlers. So let us see. Chase get too much time. I hope the coach will come hard down and come down hard and Chase. Chase scored a test century in 4 to 5 years. He averaged 20s and now can't defend Chase. Chase was real good and he fall off. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. When you hear we talk about players, it's not like we're saying they are never ever good. They, don't get me wrong. It's not like we're saying they are never ever good. But what I'm saying is this: if for the past 2 years you can't do anything to actually make the team, I can't back you. Simple as that. England batting lineup in Test cricket is serious. They are fighting fire with fire. No more posh nice with them. All right. I think the top 5 is top 6 is something like this. Ben at Duckett, I think. Zach Crawley, number 3. I think they have Ollie Pope, number 4. Joe Root, number 5 is Harry Brook. Number 6 is Ben Stokes. That's a good batting lineup right there, though. I'm not too sure what Crawley is going to bring because we know he tends to be on and off. But that's not the worst batting lineup, Ben Duckett, Zach Crawley, 3 Ollie Pope, 4 Joe Root, 5 Harry Brook, 6 Ben Stokes, 7 Johnny Bairstow, batting going all the way down, brother. That's a good batting lineup right there, man. Because you're looking at Johnny Bairstow who can come and give you a century same way. Da Silva could play as a pure batsman like Pooran and Charles. That's what I'm saying. Kurt then shows that he's capable. Everybody can play now. Everybody in the region can play now. All they need to do is show that they can play. He played the Super 50 the other day. He just wasn't able to. It's simple, It is simple. It is that simple. Just show us that you can make the team. And the selectors and all of them guys say, listen, everybody is up for selection. Once you are playing in the regional tournament and the Super 50, just show us that you can play. You will make the team. You understand? Just show us and you'll make the team. I always use these 2 examples. I know a lot of people, they are not big fans of Devon Thomas, and they're not big fans of what's the guy there, Reefa, playing Test cricket, but it's because they outperform the other people. That's why they get the opportunity. It's simple. I believe Sir Carl Hooper will help Chase a lot because in Chase, I in Chase, I see Sir Carl Hooper in the days. Well, yeah, hopefully can help him alongside everybody else in the team. I hope at least three of the top five perform consistently, so there's not too much pressure on the lower order. That's a good statement. Da Silva could play as a pure batsman in the ODI team because we need more pure batsmen in the team. Not all these all-rounders have the team unbalanced. All right, boss. All right, I hear you. What's the format for West Indies to get automatic qualification? Zimbabwe, Netherlands, Nepal, USA, only the Dutch and Zimbabwe should push us. Yeah, so I guess the top three. So it's two teams, two groups. Each group have what, five each, I think, and then the top three going come out of each group. Then they play go down to top, and then the last two. But as I say, hopefully these teams don't give us any problems. Hopefully. So I guess we're gonna have to beat basically everybody. I guess we're gonna have to beat basically everybody that we play, or we probably have room to slip up once. What happened to that young test spinner, Rehan Ahmed? He was decent when they toured Pakistan. Who is that again? I don't know. Maybe he's playing first class cricket. I, I'm not sure. I'm not sure where is that. But too much all rounders. All right. A lot of cricket is being played over here in Queens, New York. If you drive around on the weekends, you will see 5 or 6 games playing at the same time. Yeah, I hear that a lot of cricket plays over that side. Yeah. Uh, the Aussie attack is superior to England's. However, the pumps can complete only if the conditions facilitate swing. I doubt bazball will come off as easily against Stark and Cole. That's what I'm thinking. It's going to be interesting to see it against those guys. Let us see. Batting not keeping you guys. Keeping batting not keeping you guys not thinking West Indies has too much all rounder in the side. Okay. Also, when is the next women's series? Haven't seen the international team playing much cricket, and we know the regional competition ended nearly a month ago. Where the women's team is concerned, we play Ireland in St. Lucia. I'm almost sure that it's probably in June here, if I'm not mistaken. But we're gonna be hosting Ireland, West Indies, Zimbabwe, and Sri Lanka, and then Scotland will go in playoff. Let us bet. It's a good thing. I'm not a betting man. Australia will be the ultimate test for this basketball. I agree. I'm disappointed. Qualifiers are playing at the same time though. Why can't we have staggered games so fans can watch each match? I guess they I don't know. I guess they just want to get them out of the way. Yeah, I guess they just want to get them out of the way. Plus, I don't want to say that do it like this to make sure that I don't know. I don't know why they do that. I don't know. Let me not try to figure out anything. I don't know. England, posh and nice, got to be the biggest myth in cricket. I'm old enough to know that both Captain Goff and Alex Stewart was anything but posh and nice. I don't think he means generally speaking. I think the before the buzzball. I don't think he means generally speaking. I think he was referring to before the buzzball. These guys before the buzzball, they were going out there and just just batting and batting for a while. I think that is what he means. I doubt he was talking about 70s and 80s. Remember prior to buzzball, and you had what was those two? Who was those? who they had opening again? They had two openers, I think, Sibling and another guy that bats is the weirdest batting I have ever seen. That guy that was opening for them. Then they had Zach Crawley who was in and out. You understand? So it was basically Joe Root that was carrying the batting for a little while. So I think that's what he was referring to. Are we really going to use Shamar Brooks at 3? I am a Brooks fan, but my God, he's not going on well these days. All right. Yeah, Arunda took 5 wickets in the. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I know who is talking now, but I'm saying I don't know where he's at if he's playing first class cricket, if he's playing cricket over there. But the fact that they went back straight for Ali once Jack Leach is out simply means they believe he's not ready for a test like that. This is the Ashes, you know. I remember him playing against Pakistan, man. I just don't know where he's at. You know, I don't know. But more than likely, they probably think he's not ready. Sports to the Bone, do you hear what the India commentator said that India will crush West Indies team? I hope India commentator will not have to eat back his words like Australia. You hope he will not. I hope he will have to eat it. That's what I hope. I remember what they were saying about West Indies, and then after you start here, they say it's a makeshift Australia team. But I mean, if you're going off the books, if you're just going off what's on paper, he wouldn't be, you know, the commentators wouldn't be out of mind for saying something like that. Then again, it's a game. You understand? You never know what will happen. You know, so it's always not too good for people to go out and say things like those. A lot of you guys don't know what you all want. Not too long, you all called for the dropping of that Silva just because he did well with the West Indies A team. Some of you want him in the ODI squad. Evening Sports in the Bone, no see you live. Blessings, Crick Lover, blessings. Made his test debut for England as a spinner on their Pakistan tour. Yeah, man. Yeah, as I said, I know who is, you know, but the fact that they went straight back for Moeen Ali means they probably think he's not ready. Let's be honest, West Indies should not be playing qualifying match. The reason they are playing is because that's the type of cricket they have been playing. I mean, if you're going to look at the history of West Indies cricket and the fact that we're not an associate nation, we're a full member, we should not be playing, but we can't blame anybody but ourselves. Really and truly, it's not one team that can make bazball look foolish. It's that Australia bowling lineup. It looks awesome when it works, but when it doesn't come off, it will be embarrassing. Agreed. I don't see England playing that bazball against the Aussies with bowlers like Scott Boland staying on a steady line and length, ready for you to make a mistake on lines with his tricks. That man don't move the ball from above the half stump in a bridging, Boland. But let me tell you why I believe they are planning to do this same thing. The fact that they have Zach Crawley and well, Ben Duckett the opening. Ollie Pope at 3. We know he likes to play his shot. 4 is Joe Root, steady and nice. Brooks just started playing international cricket, but we know he scores fast when he's ready. Then you have Ben Stokes, you have Johnny Bairstow. The mere fact that they selected Johnny Bairstow instead of Folks, instead of the wicketkeeper Folks, you know that is what they are going there to do. Yeah, Rory Burns, I'm talking, man. That was opening. Rory Burns and Sibling was opening prior to bazball. Man is one of the craniest thing I have ever seen, man. My gosh. I don't know, man. Something was wrong with his spine after bat. If he bats for a day, I don't know. I think bazball is going to meet speedball. That Australia attack can be lethal. And I think Australia, they are still feeling out who they play in 11. The bowling attack at least. It's going to be hard to not play Scott Boland. You're going to want to play your experienced pacer, Mitchell Stark as the left arm pacer. Quite a few right-handed batsmen in that England team. So you're going to want to play Mitchell Stark. You understand? Pat Cummins plays. Pat Cummins will play. Josh Hazelwood, I think, is fit and ready again. So the all-rounder is going to be Cameron Green. He's going to bowl a good amount. So they're probably going to play 3 pacers. And so one of the pacers are going to get dropped, in my opinion. So it's probably going to be so Scott Boland, Mitchell Stark, Pat Cummins and Hazelwood. One of those guys will sit. Cameron Green will be the next seamer, and then Nathan Lyon as a spinner. At least that is how I see it. I saw an article saying India trying to get Pant fit for the 2023 World Cup. They're really desperate now, man. Tomorrow I'm actually going to show you guys a video. Pant is ahead of schedule where recovery is concerned. Not too sure if it's going to be fully ready by then, but he actually looks good. You know. All right. They should let Pan take at least November. Take till at least November off. His accident was horrible. Horrible, yes. I see that man walking upstairs already. You stay there. What is bazball? West Indian bazball is a term that they use to describe how the England team is now playing. They are playing an attacking form of cricket. Bazball came up since Brendan McCallum and Ben Stokes, started to run the cricket. So it's a way of showing that they are playing on the front foot. James Anderson and Archer is injured, so the Australians will have the edge in this Ashes. I don't know what you mean by Anderson is injured. He's actually in the playing 11. I'm almost certain I saw him in the playing 11 last night. Archer, as you said, is out though. Sports of the Bone, believe in Darren Sammy coach skills. Sports of the Bone, do you believe in Darren Sammy's coaching skills? He will have to win me over. He will have to win me over. I don't know where the experience is in terms of him coaching at that level, but I am hoping it will work out though. He has experience working in PSL and also in the CPL, but in terms of coaching an international team and improving the players, I don't know. I don't know if he's at that level as yet, but as I said, learning on the job is good. He has played international cricket, so hopefully he'll be able to utilize all of that. But in terms of me sticking my neck out and saying, I am 100% sure that he's going to be good for the job, that would be me lying. Having said that, I am hoping that, things will work out for him. Is Anderson in the Ashes squad? Man has been playing. I'm almost certain I saw James Anderson in the playing 11. I'm going to have to look. I'm almost certain it's James Anderson, Stuart Broad, Ben Stokes, and I'm trying to remember the next person. I'm almost sure. Go and look though. In my opinion, India is the most overhyped cricket team. How good are you when you have lost so many ICC tournaments the past 10 years and you are supposed to be one of the top 3 teams in all formats? You see, when it comes on to that's the thing, during regular series, they will win games, and that is why they are up there where the ranking is concerned. But as you say, India and South Africa, when it comes on to the finals, man, they like to, but I don't know. All right. Have Australia, you say that I have Australia winning 4-1. What's wrong with this thing? Hold on a piece. Oh, here we go. Have Australia winning 4-1. England bowlers going to be toiling, he says. All right. Probably will be a little closer. Supernova, I think James Anderson is injured, and also Archer. We know for sure that Archer is injured, but Anderson and Broad are ageless. Ageless wonders. Imagine that we force Ambrose and Walsh to retire. I don't know if that's a correct way to put it, because I can clearly remember hearing Sir Curtly Ambrose saying out of his own mouth, they were begging him and asking him. Even Courtney Walsh was begging him not to hang it up to go for another year or 2. So you're a little bit older than me, so you would have seen all of that. But I can clearly remember hearing Curtly Ambrose saying that, based on where he was at in his career, decided that was it, and they were begging him to go for another year or 2. So I'm not too sure where you come by that, Sheldon. Good to see Powell score runs before the qualifier. 2-2 series draw. Don't think England will fall over. I don't know if it's going draw, I have England, I have Australia winning, but I don't know if they're going to get they're going to totally get wiped out. Blessings, Kevin Day. West Indies Cricket Board needs to hire Ambrose and Walsh to scout for young fast bowlers in the Caribbean. There have to be young fast bowlers in the Caribbean for them to scout after, though. Understand ODI Robinson coming off injury, so we go see how it goes. All right. It's good, but is a real test in the World Cup and against better teams. But I thought James Anderson was injured because he old man no. No, but being 41 don't mean that you because it don't mean that you're injured, man. Jimmy Anderson, Oli, and Stuart Broad. Exactly. I know I did a video on it yesterday. Those are the three seamers. Anderson, Broad, Oli Robinson, as I said, and Ben Stokes is going to be the next person. And then they will have Moeen Ali. 162 watching and so little likes. Come on, guys. Like up the live. Like up the live. Like up the live, man. We talking till the show start get parched. You need to like up the live. Boy, Sammy as a coach is the best decision made by the West Indies Cricket Board. All right, I hear you. Sports to the Bone. I don't know if I missed it, but what is your World Cup qualifiers 11? I will give it before the game, man, or yourself, but it's not too far from the same team that I've been singing the other day. But I'm definitely gonna give it. I'm gonna give it probably the day before or so. Also, saw Evan Lewis playing some Trinity 10 cricket today on TV. Good to see he's been keeping himself fit. If Evan wants to make the World Cup squad, needs to get into the setup by August. Yeah, I remember Sheldon saying the other day that he was over there playing some cricket, you know. But let us see. Sports to the Bone. Do you want to see West Indies team take out their series, take out their stress on India like how when they play with England? It's going to be tough, especially in tests. Having lost the World Test Championship final, they are going to be looking to get themselves back up and running. As you know, we always find wanting when it comes down to ODI, T20. Every now and again is a hit or miss for us. So I always want the team to do well, but Sports to the Bone. If you have experience locally coaching, you will be okay in the international. Always remember the players that is in the international came up from the franchise teams. All right, I hear you. All right, unknown. Big up. As a man that's so talented, that sort of thing should come easy to him as a professional. I'm sure these guys grow up watching West Indies. Not coming back to play for West Indies. All right. Amori. All right. They were saying that Ambrose and Walsh were standing in the way of young players. So Ambrose retired when they should have been on the Australian tour. Walsh stayed on and break the record. As I always say, still in a Sheldon, you know my talk where this is concerned. You could be 50 or 55. You're not standing in the way if you're still outperforming the youngsters. All you need to do is outperform them. I get the chance, That is all you need to do. You understand? A man could be 41 or 42 or 43. You understand? The easiest way to say, listen, you're old and wash up. The easiest way is to outperform them. I mean, not all the time you're going to get a chance to do it in international cricket, but the level cricket that you're playing at first class, whatever it is, just tear up all of that, man. Make sure you're the top performer right throughout. And then when you get a chance in the actual team, you outperform them. It's simple. It's simple. And it shouldn't be a case where these guys need to think they need to retire to give way. You understand? The selectors are there for a reason. The selectors are the ones that need to make those decisions. This insultery, I think, killed West Indies cricket. because Sammy and St. Lucia, some of them so-called big leaders feel he shouldn't be the coach. I mean, I don't know if it's only because he's St. Lucian and big leaders. I don't know if it's because he's St. Lucian and because some of them are big leaders. I don't know if that's the only case. Um, Not saying that you don't have biases and thinking about. I can understand people questioning it. You understand? I can understand people questioning the selection. As I said, he got the job and we are working with him and we hope he's successful. But not all the time when people want to debate something or people are pointing out certain facts mean that they are actually fighting against them. At least that's why I see it. Your name Iqbal, oh, is a new person. Well, I go by the name Lennox. That is what I have been called from ever since. Anderson and Broad are two super fit guys, and kudos to them for being dedicated to their trade. They have rich rewards. Exactly, Frank. Exactly. And these pace bowlers that are not willing to do the work. Um, I was watching a documentary a couple of years ago, maybe when Anderson was like 38 or so. He's 41 now. He was talking about how he had to change and adapt to certain things to get himself, still bowling. We're talking about doing a lot of yoga, doing a lot of flexible exercise that increase your flexibility. Because the older you get, you cannot keep pumping the weights like that because the muscles are not saying he's an old man, but the older you get, the muscles are basically shrinking. Not saying at 38, 40, your muscles start shrinking, but you have to change the way you operate. So our pace bowlers who are known to be big and strong and lifting weights, you can't do that once you reach certain age. You have to change the way you prepare yourself. You have to start doing flexibility exercises, to increase the range of motion, keep it going, and thing like that. Is a reason why the older you see people get, they start going over like that, because the muscles start to shrink. So at 38, 39, 40, they understand that the muscle is not as strong, not as flexible. So, you have to adapt and change. But you can't really tell our guys anything. Those people, them guys are really willing to put in those type of work. Seeing these West Indies getting big bags in USA T20 and Global T20. Yeah, man, they're making them cash, man. If our players, especially the batsmen, would use their brains more, we would compete against anyone. Will we be having a 50 over regional tournament before the World Cup this year? No, man. The 50 over gone already, man. I doubt it. We're gonna have CPL. We're gonna have the CPL. That's what we're gonna have. CPL in August, September, and then the thing. Darren Sammy, big inclusion in West Indies team, biggest boost. All right. Anderson and Broad stopped playing T20 ODI years ago. They just play county championship and test, so they'll have greater longevity. But I mean, it's as you rightly said, they have to drop one or two at the format, but at the same time, they still have to work. Who do you believe has a better batsmen and bowlers, Aussie or England? So, this is the thing. The Australia batting lineup is more set right now. It's more set. There's potential where England is concerned because, as I said, Crawley, you don't know what you're going to get from him, but he's talented. It's going to be interesting to see how he plays the moving ball outside his half stump. Ollie Pope, as we know, is talented. Zach Brooks, Harry Brook, pretty good player, but the team is still not fully settled. If you look at the Australia team right there, they're more than likely going to be opening with probably Khawaja and Warner. And then at 3, you have Marnus Lamashane. 4, you have Steve Smith. 5, you have Travis Head. 6, you have Cameron Green. That's a solid 11. And they have four of their batsmen are actually in the top 10. There's a reason for that. You understand? So I have to give them their props. Look what happened to who's this now? Ignatius, Cadet, Rostan, Otto, Dave, Joseph, Kentish, Sebastian, etc. Don't know some of those players. Oh man, I didn't remember to bring the charger inside. Let's give me a minute, guys. All right, sorry about that, guys. I thought I had the laptop charger with me, but it was outside apparently. All right. Let me see now. Sports to the bone. With Bellingham going to Real Madrid, do you see him being a huge success or a flop like Kaka? I think I think he's gonna work for him. I think it's gonna work for him, and he's still pretty young, and he's one of the. And I don't want to say he's a hardworking player, but I think he has solid work behind him. You understand? Having played cricket, having played football in England, at age 14, 15, albeit at the lower level, then moving over to Borussia Dortmund at 16, 17, playing some football. I think it's gonna work. I think it's gonna work. The problem is if Toni Kroos is in that team. It seems as if he's a man that is hard to work with. Don't know if he only has a big problem with Eden Hazard, but I heard him talking yesterday about, players coming in on high fee and it's not working out. And I don't know if that is something that he should be saying. Seems as if he's somebody that's difficult to get along with. And, it's a possibility that Bellingham going to be slacking in that role eventually. So, let's see. I remember the crowd raising the umpire hand for Walsh 500 test wicket at the QPR. Callis, to this day, will tell you he was not out LBW. Well, I tell you, batsmen will always, and bowlers will always say things, Brooks with another single-digit score, and Cart is still searching for a half century of some sort. Boy, oh boy, he says. Sports Bone, tell me, what are the selectors trying to accomplish with Casey Carty? As I said, I can't tell you. I can't tell you because I like Carty as a player, and I think once he plays a lot of Super 50, he will probably in the future be able to play some ODI for us. But as of now, I think they should be working in trying to get him in the test team. I don't know. I don't know. And I don't see how you play Carty and Brooks in the same team. Where and when can I see the ODI World Cup on qualifiers? Supernova say it's on Flow, not sure about anywhere else. So it's on Flow. I guess if you are in the States, it's going to be on Willow TV. Hi, good night. I don't think it, because he is St. Lucia. Let's see if level 3 certificate is the only thing that can make West Indies win. Give the man his chance. So that's what we're saying, Philip. He has gotten the chance and we're happy for him. But a lot of these guys were not only talking about the level 3, they were talking about but I hear you. It's yeah. So they are saying it's going to be on Flow, and if you are in the States, I guess you can see it on Willow TV. Yeah, Sherwin, blessings. Going to a World Cup with out having our regional Super 50 would kind of defeat the point though. So when is the Super 50? When is the Super 50? Because I'm almost sure that after this we have the India tour. After the India tour, don't we go straight into the CPL and then the World Cup? Or we have the Super 50 after? I'd have to look. The Wind and Ward are the Windward and Leeward Island produce lots of quality cricketers and were ignored, and look what happened to the cupboard. Okay. If the West Indies pick the best team, we can compete with any team. All right. So does the Aussie has the better bowlers. And I would say probably yes right now. It's just that they are going to be in the English conditions right there. But I would probably say yes, because as somebody pointed out, Ollie Robinson is coming back off injury. Well, Stuart Broad, I think the next big thing is I still don't know how fully fit Ben Stokes is. We don't know how fully fit Ben Stokes is. He's going to soldier it out and bowl. You understand? So I would probably say I would probably say the Australia team is stronger, in both departments. I can't stand the Australia team. No reason for Brooks to be playing. Also, another huge question, since Hazard has been kicked out of Real Madrid, where is he going? Saudi Arabia, back to the Prem or La Liga or League One? Well, I tell you, you see, I'm a Manchester United fan, and one of the two of the worst thing I have seen, things that almost bring tears in my eyes, Eden Hazard and Felipe and Coutinho. I hate how their career went, but in terms of Eden Hazard, um, I think probably he's going to push to come back to the Premier League. I don't know if he's going to get into a big team. Um, the problem is going to be the wages. He's going to have, if he's going to go to a Premier League team or a League One team, he's going to have to take a massive pay cut. You understand? I heard he was contemplating retiring from football, but I heard he was that's what. So if he's not going to retire, then he's probably going to have to play in one of those leagues if he that can pay. If he's going to want to play in the Premier League, League One, or one of them things, he's going to have to take a massive pay cut. Nobody's going to pay him 300 or 350K a week anymore. The Eden Hazard that we knew that was at Chelsea is a different man. I'm puzzled why Carty is in the squad, soaking up so many dot balls while a player like Arthenes watches from home. We have to stop making these mistakes. It's frustrating, Daniel. It's frustrating. Do you believe a man card should be legal? Absolutely, 100%. 100%. 100%. It's a part of the game. Before they had it as a outlaw thing, which part, a taboo thing, but you stay in a crease. It is as simple as that. You are looking to steal a run, you are gaining an advantage. Why the bowler can't get an advantage also? I mean, it's a cheap, you can say it's a cheap way to try and get a runs. You can say it's a cheap way to try and get a wicket. It's also a cheap way to try and get a runs. You understand? If you can't stay in your crease while you're almost half a runs. Your team want one run to win, right? And before I deliver the ball, you're halfway down the track. You're halfway across the finishing line already. So make it stay. I don't have any problem with it. I don't think any is scheduled. Okay. Yeah, it would make any sense based on the CPL and all. Chase Brooks holder must take a seat in the future. Matches for Alec Arthenes, Casey Carty, and Kevin Sinclair. Casey Carty recent performance is better than Jason Holder with the bat and the ball. So okay. Not going to catch me with this again, Good night. Who you support, England or Australia in the test? You see, it's difficult to say because these are two teams that we would always say, listen, we don't want to support them. But you see, because I watch so much cricket these days, it's hard to say that I don't want any of them to do well. I am probably leaning towards the Aussies. You understand? It's hard to say, but I'm leaning towards them. At the same time, a couple of guys playing for England, they want to see do well, but I'm probably leaning towards the Aussies. The brand of cricket that West Indies played in South Africa should continue. I guess they're trying to continue it, Shea Hope and all them guys in the interview that they, interview said that's what they're doing. I can't stand the Aussies, but I want them to squash England and the bazball foolishness. Chase Brooks and Holder must take a seat. Okay, I think I read that comment just now. Can West Indies qualify? I think he's saying. Well, all they need to do is win the games, What is man card? West Indians. A man card is, for example, I am about to bowl, right? I am in my delivery stride and the batsman decide to leave, the non-striker decide to leave his crease, start walking up to the strikers and and the bowler just take the ball and hit the non-striker in wicket and thing. I see it as a run out. That's what I see it as a man stay in a crease. Sports the bone, this experiment playing both Brooks and Carty going to cost us ODI World Cup. Time for Mr. Haynes and company to stop its failure. As I said before, I don't like the idea of playing both of them. Desmond Haynes gave them the squad, but I'm not too sure if Desmond Haynes is the one making the decision to have those two in the playing 11. Should Alec Arthanes replace Casey Carty? They can't change the squad unless somebody get injured. Sports to the Bone, tell Brooks have to step up his game, explain what happened there today. So I did not see the game, so it would be unfair for me to say how he got out and whether or not it was carelessness, but he definitely needs to step up his game though. All right. We did not progress in a World Cup because Wash refused to man cut a player. He got a trophy for it. Well, the game is changing now, Sheldon. It's changing now. They actually changed the rules. They actually changed the rules right now. You know, they're not calling it man card these days. You understand? They call it a non-striker run out or something like that. Sports to the Bone, what can CWI do to have players like Banner invested and close to the cricket? He's like 36, so if they forget about him for a few years, his career will be over, and I don't think that's fair. So the last thing Desmond Haynes said about Banner is that, you know, they were sending him home to work and some stuff to prepare for India. So I'm assuming that they are planning to bring him back. But as I said, you cannot bring everybody in and around the team still, you know. You cannot give everybody a job if they are not playing. Yeah, you know, they have a lot of former cricketers turning coach and things. So it's not like they can take him and say, all right, come be a mentor, come be a coach. They have a lot of former cricketers who are getting themselves qualified and they are now coaching. I don't know what they can do. I don't know. I don't know at all. I don't know. But all I can say is, you know, they had said that it's not like they drop him or anything. They are working on certain things in that tour. That's what they said. Alec Arthanes should replace Brooks, not Carty. All right. All of you, where is Hayden Wash Jr.? They just drop the man and forget him. All right. It's hard for Banner now. Strange, he has the highest test average. You see, right now, as I said, for India, I don't know how they're going to work it because Arthanes did enough work to play test cricket. He should have made his debut against South Africa. So don't know. Hopefully they give him a chance against India. You know, depending on how the World Cup goes for Shea Hope, they're probably going to bring back the qualifiers. Depending on how the qualifiers go, they probably give him an opportunity again because he went to England the other day, played some first-class cricket. Wasn't too bad. So if he performs well in the qualifiers, they might couple that with it and say, listen, we're giving him a go again. So I don't know what a top order going to look like. If it is me, the test top order would look like Tejnor and Shandapal, Brathwaite, probably Alec Arthanes at 3, Jermaine Blackwood at 4, and then, you know, 5 going down. We have Kyle Mears and them guys going down. I would really like to know what type of question they ask people who were interviewed for the selector's job. I don't know. You make a presentation, and I guess the most impressive presentation gets the job, sir. Chase, you know, based on the you know what the cricket, what the CWI, what they are looking for. So you build up a presentation around that and thing. Chase seems like an automatic choice everywhere. He's an all format player. Leave Banner where he is. Will always be a suspect to the short ball, says Rastaman. Until career starts failing with the bat and ball consistently, Hayden Walsh will be an afterthought for selectors. The bigger mystery is Fabian Allen. The only thing I can say where Fabian Allen is concerned is that, you know, they confirmed that he will be playing CPL for the Jamaica Talawas. That's all I know. All right. If Banner is in the India squad, the man is just waiting to be hit by a filthy ball from Siraj. That again, Mohamed Siraj is going to be there, and we saw Mohamed Siraj the other day. You know, he was really fiery. So I don't know. It's gonna be rough. It's gonna be rough. I guess they are working on it. I guess that's what they are working on. You know, because if you're gonna select West Indies team based on who we have that is not afraid of the or who is a master of playing short ball. It's not a lot of them. You know, Banner is definitely suspect, but they said that they are working on it. So let us see. Let us see. If you had a chance to captain, if you had a chance, a captain. Oh, I think he said if you had a chance to select a captain for Talawas, King or Allen. I would probably go with Brandon King. I would probably go with Brandon King. I mean, Fabian Allen is experienced. That's the thing. You have to look at that again, too. You know, I shouldn't even rush and make the decision like that. Fabian Allen is experienced in terms of playing IPL and so. But Brandon King, you know, based on where his cricket is at right now, the fact that they gave him the vice captaincy for West Indies on the tour just the other day, I would look into that also. I would go with Brandon King. Allen, all right. Do you think that leg spin has a big part to play in the qualifiers? Well, I would hope so because I have Correa playing in my team. You know, he's in my playing 11, so I would definitely hope so. You know, I haven't seen the game, so I don't know how big the pitch is turning and how much turn is on offer. I hear that the ball is moving in terms of pieces. So, you know, I don't want to just blindly give you something like that because I didn't get a chance to see any of the warm-up games. But Correa, he has taken two 4-wicket hauls, so let us hope. We need to play more first-class matches. We cannot cater for our players too much in the IPL. Definitely need more. The issue with Banner is that when he's hit, he's out for a while, for a whole series, leaving us vulnerable. Right? He is dipped twice. Imad Wazim is a choice too. Well, I think he's talking for the Talawas, but I don't know. I would probably go with, as I said, you know, those guys are experienced and play a lot of T20 leagues, playing a lot of T20 leagues all over the world. But I'll probably want to see Brandon King get it in all honesty. The IPL robs first class fitness, Hetty, for example. The IPL robs nothing, my friend. The IPL robs nothing. The players are robbing themselves, you understand? And they would only look at it as robbing themselves if they really want to play a test. Not a lot of these guys actually want to play test cricket, you know. Banner is still recovering from the Australian trauma. The man have to dress like a stunt man before he comes out to bat as soon as he's here, as he hears the word pace. I am hoping that things will work out for him, you know. I am hoping that things will work out for Banner. Not a lot of these guys that I talk about and do reviews and actually know personally. You know, so I am hoping that things will work out for Banner. West Indies players need good agents. Looks like I'm going to have to look into that. Yeah, that's probably something I want to look in. Yes. Wayne says if India come down to the Caribbean without Bumrah, West Indies might give them a thrashing. So only Bumrah alone we're afraid of right now. I don't know. I don't know if Bumrah is. I don't think they're going to risk Bumrah. You understand? Unless they want to test him for the World Cup, but I doubt it. But let us see. Yeah. West Indies giving India a thrashing. I haven't seen that since the 2016 World Cup. Yeah, I don't know if I can. I would have to see it. I would love to see it. I would definitely love to see that though. You know, I would definitely love to see it. Let me ask you a question. I mean, he's not as accurate, but isn't the pace of Malik from India, Umran Malik, I think he's called, isn't that guy bowling close to 150? That guy's there. Mohamed Siraj is there. You understand? Plus, they have other guys that are probably not that quick, but they are very deceptive. They are tricky. And I can see India pulling a stunt and giving somebody else an opportunity to captain. You know, somebody that will have something to prove, maybe Pandya or somebody. I have an issue with Brooks. He isn't scoring runs, says Edwards. Well, a lot of people have That was a lot of people have that issue with him. We will be more competitive against India when compared to 4 years ago. Umran Malik is speedy, but Siraj is better. Yeah, man. Siraj is definitely better, in terms of line and length and being consistent. Malik is a little all over the place, but you have to remember that he's young. I'm just saying that Boomer is not the only one that we need to worry about. Pollard, Narayan, Russell, and DJ Bravo seems to have great agents. That's nice for them. I mean, those guys did all the hard work in the early part of the T20 career. So, they probably will have agents as their resume will speak for itself. You understand? Those guys, resume will speak for themselves. In franchise cricket, that is. You understand? And so that is the thing. Umish is still there too. Umish Yadav. You see that they have bowling, man. Brathwaite has been good. Yeah, definitely. Is Boomer coming to the Caribbean? They haven't confirmed they haven't confirmed the squad as yet, but I doubt it. I doubt it, but they haven't confirmed the squad. India's planning and tactics have not been the best recently, which could present an opportunity. Malik isn't currently playing test, just ODI, I think. But remember, okay. Oh, okay. Oh, I am a Bayesian, and if Arthanes don't make this test debut in Dominica, it will be trouble. I tell you, Kurt, I don't know what else to say. That man should have made his debut from we played against South Africa. It's beyond me. Do you need my agent's contact? Who is that? The great Pollard himself. Kimo Paul is coming into form. Hope that he continues. Man, I have always been a big fan of Kimo Paul. It's just that, boy, I'm always worried about him playing ODI cricket and playing 2 games, like a day or 2 apart, because of his fitness issue. But he's definitely coming back into form, as you said. Looking out for Kawaja Century tomorrow. I'm looking out for 2 guys, Kawaj and Marnus Lamashane. I'm a fan of Marnus, because of how he made his debut. I don't know how many of you guys remember how he made his debut. It was actually Jaffa Archer that gave Steve Smith a hit in the helmet, had to come off concussion protocol. Marnus Lamashane was subbed in the first concussion substitute made. He got a hit by Archer, floor him on the ground, got up back and just start looking as if he was ready. Think he made 57 or something like that in that game. From that moment, even as a West Indian, I was like, I really like this cricketer, so I want to see him doing well also. Arthanes has to play versus India, no questions asked. Boy, we would have said the same thing, Supernova. I think when he didn't get a chance in the test team against South Africa, I remember you saying that he definitely has to play against South Africa in the ODIs, and we would have seen how that went and things. So I don't know. I can't read these guys. They better. Dominicans are planning to request a holiday to see their star boy play. Remember when people were saying Pollard wanted players to switch to his agent? No, they have become 60K men. As I said, Sheldon, those guys did all the work in the early part of their career, and that's why I'm saying, when they were setting themselves up in their with their franchise and all of that, that's why I'm always saying none of those guys, I don't want to walk back into West Indies cricket if they are not making themselves available. I always say that even up to the guys that are playing now. We don't want none of those guys go all over the world and when it's World Cup time, you see they pop up. We're not up for that. We're not up for that. You understand? We're not up for that. But as I said, you have to give them props. Those guys secured their thing. I want to see Alec and I think he's saying Sinclair, Alec and Sinclair in test match against India. hope they are practicing. It would be good, definitely would be good to see them getting an opportunity. As I said, I don't know. In terms of Sinclair, I still have if we are playing two spinners, you know how it go already. If once Moti is fit, I have Moti as my frontline spinner. You understand? Sinclair did a lot of work in the regional championship, so and he went and played against uh was it Bangladesh, and I think he did well there also. So he has done some work. But Goody Kishmoti is going to be the frontline spinner, and then Rastan Chase is going to be the next man in. That's how it's going to go already. That's probably how it's going to go. Why don't people leave Chase alone? Have you all not realized by now that he is an unmovable, irresistible, and unsackable force in West Indies team? I mean, people are just going to express how it is. TNT players are always committed to the cause. Okay, good on them. A good agent don't care all about the money, but the player's career, if you are great, money will follow you, says Bobby. I hear you, Sheldon. All of them are always committed, so that's nice. Hopefully the other guys can take a page out the book. The good thing is that we have a new regime right now. We have Sammy, who is there, and we have a couple of guys coming through. And this is I always explain, this is always going to happen in terms of players going off for bigger money, because that is how jobs, that's how it go when you are working. We love the cricket and we watch the cricket for our entertainment, but we have to remember that these guys are playing the cricket as a job. You understand? This is their work. But what we are saying is these same guys, when they go off and play all over the place without setting things right at home, they should not behave as if we are obligated to them. I can't knock a man for going and playing for better money, because, as I said, it's their work. A lot of us will leave our work, current work, for better pay. You understand? But you still can't feel as if nobody's obligated to you. Chase is a mystery spinner. He's a spinner, and it's a mystery how he get in the team. I don't know, I don't know my viewers and subscribers, because right now, it's really weird. It's weird because each time they select him, or if they bring him in as a replacement, the head selector is always saying that he's quality and he brings a lot to the team and all of that. But I am wondering if the guys that are actually in form in the same tournaments that Chase would have played, if those guys are not quality and can bring something to the table also. I don't know. Bravo could have been much greater, but his agent turned him into a grabber. Sheldon will tell you that it was actually the administrators that mash up Bravo's career. So I won't even go down into that, Sheldon is in the comment section. He will tell you exactly what caused Bravo's problem. Look how the fans treat Puran, and he is still willing to wear the maroon. Where Puran is concerned, still in a Sheldon, Puran's ability, Puran's commitment to represent us was never ever questioned. You understand? It's just that he was on a bad run of form, and just like other players, people were asking for him to be rotated out of the team, which is not unreasonable. If you're on a poor run of form, going right through, captain or otherwise, it is reasonable, Sheldon, for people to ask for you to be rotated out of the team. It is reasonable, and as I said, we have never questioned Puran's commitment to play white ball cricket for us. We know he's not going to play the test cricket like that, but in terms of ODIs and T20s, we have never questioned Puran's commitment. I don't know if 3-4 years from now it's going to change, but we have never questioned that. But the fact that he's willing to play for us does not mean that he plays 3 years straight without performing and we don't drop him. That is what we have to understand. You understand? Because a man is willing to say, yes, I will play instead of going and playing T20 all over the world. It doesn't give you a free pass to say, listen, you can play 3-4 series straight, which consists of maybe 20 games, failing 16 of them, and we don't drop you. We appreciate him, but the fact that he's willing to represent us and not franchise cricket, it doesn't mean that he's undroppable, if you understand what I'm saying. But one thing we can say, I personally, I would never question Pooran's thing to replace us. Don't know if it to represent us. Don't know if it will change eventually. We have hope West Indies can bat 50 overs, or we have to hope West Indies can bat 50 overs. I am concerned about Holder's form. He really hasn't done anything of significance for a while now. He's not the only one underperforming, but he's experienced, and we need that. So he needs to fire. And you are correct. You are correct. In terms of getting us through the qualifiers, if the play Holder, I can see him giving us his 10 solid overs as usual. Probably will pick up a couple of wickets. But in terms of batting, sometimes it comes down to the wire where you need somebody as experienced as Holder to chip in with the bat. Sports to the bone, spinners are never given length to run in West Indies cricket. Moti will soon be history. Why, that again, that again. I need Brooks out from the squad. Well, he's not gonna go anywhere, Chase brings intangibles to the side that we, the unwashed masses, do not understand, but we are willing to learn. I guess that's the case. That innings Alec played against UAE, if it was converted into a century, would look better on his resume. Yeah, it would have been nice, but as I said, the way in which he got out showed that he's willing to play the reverse sweep, showed that he's willing to go beyond the normal way of just standing at the crease and batting. But that century will always look better than a half century, Pooran scored the most runs in India just before the memories short. All right, Sheldon, when I use the example, and when I said that you can't play 15, 20 games on a straight and fail 16 of them, I don't exactly literally mean that was what happened with Pooran, because you would have been on this platform up to the last live and hear me saying that apart from Shea Hope, Nicholas Pooran, and Brooks, those are the guys that have been scoring our ODI runs. And thing, you probably don't remember me saying that, but it has to be remembered that when people are pressuring Pooran, it's not because they don't like him. It's not because they don't like him. People love and respect Pooran. So the fact that people are calling for him is not because they don't like him. So just remember clearly why at the time he was being called, that the people were calling for him. If Arthanes is not in the first test 11, I will be front and center protesting his exclusion. And I'm not even from Dominica. Like the Bajan said back in 94, no Anderson, no going, so going. As I said, Ian, where West Indies cricket is concerned, I can't see it. I just cannot see it. I cannot see it. These guys, these selectors and these people come out and they say that they are dealing with transparency and they are transparent and this and that. Yet still, and it's as if they think we are stupid. We are seeing the thing with our own two eyes, yet still they are trying to convince us of something else. And we're not saying that the man is going to go in and turn in Lara or Shandopal or Sawan or Gale, We're saying the work has been done to get in the team. Give him the chance. And these guys keep on talking about transparency and, they know what they are doing. And it's as if they think we are idiots. Let them need to stop the foolishness. It is no mystery why Chase is in the team. It is a pity. If Chase was from St. Lucia, St. Vincent, Grenada, or Dominica, he will not be in the team. West Indies grabbers need to take a page out of Williamson, Root, and Barbara book if they want to get great and make money. But the thing though, Bobby, these guys, as I always say, I'm always going to advocate for our guys to play test cricket for us, but I still like to balance the book just the same. So these all of these guys that you have that you called just now, these guys are getting good money to play test cricket. You understand? And these guys are still committed. You know, our guys they're not getting a lot of money to play test cricket. So you can imagine if the passion is no longer there and the quote unquote patriotic feeling is no longer there, they're gonna go all over to play. And as I always say, I can't knock them down for doing that. It's just that when they pop up World Cup time, I believe everybody must just stop and accept them as Lord and Savior. I have a problem with that. You understand? Alec is not going to give up on that reverse sweep. He said that that in not so many words, but I wouldn't want him to give up on it either. You understand? I wouldn't want him to give up on it either. We need people that can bat, people that can bat and not just come and stand up and swing. You know, and you're going to be in certain situations that you're going to need to draw for those. I don't know if you want to use a reverse sweep and miss a straight ball. I don't know if you want that. Doesn't look too good, but practice it. Keep practicing it. You know, keep practicing it. Of course, I'm watching Correa's development carefully. I think with his attitude and control, he will be one of our top spinners very soon. Plus, he's bowling the wrong one more often now. The only problem though, Daniel, is that somebody like a Correa, I mean, he has been on the regional scene for a while. Is that he's already 30, but as I said, we still can get. Is a spinner. If he continues on this part, we still can get a good 5, 6. Not putting the age on him because a man performing can go up to 38, 39. You understand? But it's really sad that he would have had so much international experience under his belt if he had started a little earlier. But as I say, leg spin is one of the hardest spin to bowl. So he has now mastered it to a certain extent. And as I said, he's bowling the wrong one now. So, let us see. What's the bone? You drop Puran, who gonna replace him with man is a class. What are you talking about? When did I say I drop? What are you talking about? Puran is in the team. I don't drop Puran. Puran is in the team. No, man, I was just talking to Sheldon about when the players were calling for him to be dropped. I'm not talking about no. I'm talking about when he was under pressure. Do you see Evan Lewis playing for West Indies again? Never say never. Especially where T20 cricket is concerned. You just need a good outing in the CPL and probably a couple of other leagues, and you will probably get a look in once again. So, it's not impossible. With Kyle Mears and if Kyle Mears and Brandon King continues, it's going to probably be difficult, but not impossible. It seems that Chase is being groomed for West Indies captaincy. Take a hint from when he was allowed to captain the other day. All right, so this is it. No way on God's green earth. You must be joking, Anthony. No way on God's green earth they could be doing that. But in all honesty, once he played in that game, he had to captain the team. I said that, I might say certain things, but this is when I say, if I'm saying that this man should not be playing, it doesn't mean I don't hate him. Because if there's an other side to the argument, I will argue it. The fact that Ruston Chase played that game, he had to captain the team. You understand? Jason Holder, Hope, all of those guys weren't playing. So the fact that Ruston Chase played that game, Ruston Chase had to captain the team based on experience and seniority in the team there. But I doubt they are grooming him to take over the team. I am confused over Brooks Chase and Carty selection, says Jamaican Bond. It has a lot of us confused. 200 people on the live, how many likes we have? Come on, like up the live, man. Number 3 is vital position. Do you feel Shamar Brooks is the man to take on number 3 for the qualifiers or going forward? So if I would have things my way, I would have somebody else. But based on the team right now, I would probably have him playing there. I know I'm going to get bashed for it, but especially if we make it through the qualifiers, you're going to need somebody to battle a little while. But the only way that will work, you cannot have Casey Carty in the team. So if you're going to play Shamar Brooks, Carty cannot be in the team. The two of them cannot bat together. They are getting good money because they are good. Yeah, and what I'm saying, What I'm saying is that they are getting good money because they are good, but most the players over there and their A and B contract, their test cricket A and B contract is way better than, put it this way, their A and B test contract is way better than our A and B test contract here. So that is why the players are going to be going all over the place, if you understand what I'm saying. There, so I don't know. Jonathan, who is bowling better now, Hole or Carty? I hope we will produce a bigger pool of international class players so that players don't take the West Indies for granted. All right. To be dropped. All right. The thing is, Sherwin, everybody have a right to select their playing 11. I personally don't have Carty and Brooks, Carty and Brooks playing together. I don't think Carty is ready to play in the playing 11 right now. I know you want to see Carty in there, but and I just don't have him in there. My bad about the Pooran situation. I got it confused. No, man, Pooran is in the team, man. Pooran is in the team. That is the time when Sheldon would come for me if I ever say drop Pooran. Strike rotation is important, especially for the middle overs. We need to score at least 6 runs per over from over 20 to 40. But that is a problem, Blackwood. Usually after over number 25, that is where we go to sleep. That is where our problems start. If this team had Hetty, Lewis, and Arthanes, that lineup would beat India and Australia. Carty Brooks Correa shouldn't be in the team. Correa? Yeah? What I say? Correa shouldn't be there, but all right, CIE. So here's the follow-up question. They say Correa as a spinner shouldn't be there. Should Chase be there as a frontline spinner though? Not everyone on the top teams are getting big money. We need to stop giving these guys ammunition. You see, I know that you were gonna come with something like that. That is why I answered it before you even said their A and B contract is better than our A and B contract. I'm not saying that this is I'm not saying that that is the only reason. Their A and B contract is better than ours. You understand? So obviously their players are better than most of ours also. You understand? So that it goes without saying. It goes without saying. So the players are going to go and look money. And I'm not just saying that the ones that are, if you look at even some of the English players, they are on good, they would get good money for test cricket, but they still don't focus on test cricket and play T20 cricket. You have cricketers that is not only West Indians that do that. You have a lot of them that just not playing test cricket and focus on T20. I'm not advocating for it, but it is clear to see West Indies is not the only team doing it. You have other teams that, I mean, their pool is bigger now. Their pool is bigger, but because their pool is bigger doesn't necessarily mean our players going to say, well, their pool is bigger, they can do it, we can do it. Our players not going to do that. They are looking out for themselves. And that is the reality of it. Brooks is not doing well. I say drop him for Arthanes. You cannot drop him for Arthanes. Arthanes is not in the squad. I will play Gagu or Camille Pooran, not Brooks. I don't know who he's talking about. I know people hit the like free and just be nice. That's what we're saying, Sherwin. Just like up the live. Look at Zappa. He can play in any franchise team and he is dying for a test match. Bobby, that's why I'm saying it's culture. It's culture, man. It's culture. It's the same thing. It's the same thing with some of the England and some of the Indian players. It's culture. Test cricket is still the biggest hit thing in their part of the world. You understand? A lot of these guys can go and play, but it's a culture and the mindset. It's a culture and the mindset. You understand? So the players have to want to play. It's not that hard to see. The players have to want to play. You understand? A lot of these guys in these teams that you're talking about, they will forego T20 contracts to play test cricket. It just has to do with the individual player. It's simple as that. Often, West Indies batters get out playing bad defensive shots. So nice to see Arthur is on the front foot. Yep. I don't think Carty will make the final 11. All right. Brooks and Chase have to go while these guys get picked to go to World Cup and make 50 in this low team. Chase started his international so well, then seemed to have regressed. That says about our system rather than player. I really hope the guy can get out of this. I mean, I, I can't knock you where the system is concerned. The quality of the cricket is not the best, and the monitoring of the players is not the best. Chase shouldn't be there either, and Hola shouldn't play. So Yannick Curry and Chase is not there. So who is the spinner? Well, Akil Hussein is there and is my frontline spinner. So CIE, who is your frontline spinner? Who is the spinner for you? Raja says his playing 11 is King, Mayers, Charles, Hope, Puran, Powell, Hola, Karaya, Paul, Hussein, Joseph. Can't knock that playing 11. Not too bad. No, I don't really want Carty. I just want him more than Hola based on the recent bowling. I will like to see Preston Maxwell more than both of them. But Hola and Carty, they are two different players. Though Sherwin. So they are two different players. Carty bowls a little part-time spin, if I'm not mistaken. Jason Hola can take the new ball as a seam bowler. So I'm not. I think if you are talking, I think it would have to be if you are talking about who instead of who, the three players would have to be like probably Hola, Odin Smith, and Kimo Paul. And if you're talking about Carty is in the team as a specialist batsman that can bowl. Then you would have to be talking about the other specialist batsmen. I'm not too sure if you can swap one for one. Correa is a very good player. He's performing. Yep. That's why I specifically said Williamson, Root, and Babber, they can make any team and get more money. Okay, sir. I hear you. Talawaz, totally agree. Sports and Bone. Alec has put in the work, but they keep stifling the youth. We already have reduced talent pool to choose from, but tried failures are still being persisted with. I don't know why they do that. Jermaine Miller, you promised us a call-in show, brother. When? Oh, in terms of getting the thing is, I was planning to do that call-in show, but the thing is, because we have the link here and people can just click it and come on and talk. That is why I haven't really follow up it as yet. But probably need to look back into it, seeing that you are still interested. But the link is in the description below, and usually we just allow people to click and come on. I am one of those that like test cricket a lot more than limited overs cricket. I second that right now. I second that. Kappa was playing IPL and BBL. Bangladesh, I think it's BPL, Bangladesh Premier League. Zappa don't play tests. He was on the bench really in the IPL. I think what he's saying is that he would definitely want to play test instead of IPL, instead of T20. When will there be a test series between India and Pakistan? I'm not sure. I know they meet pretty early in the ODI though. I know they meet in the ODI format. They are going to be playing in the World Cup. I think it's on the. I don't remember if I said the 15th or when. Root making over £1 million. Williamson making hella money in IPL. Stop taking. See somebody come on and say what I'm saying. Carty ball medium pace. Oh, he's medium pace. And you said that he's bowling better than Jason Hola. Jason Hola is a world-class player. He has to play. All right, we're almost there for today's live in my peeps. Just gonna finish up some comments here. Why didn't the big England players play games in the IPL? Only Root got 2 games at the latter end of the RCB tournament. Stokes didn't play at all. Stokes had indicated that he's taking a break to focus to recuperate and focus and get his body together for the Ashes. Sinclair could be the frontline spinner. CIE, Sinclair is not in the squad. A lot of people could be, but we're talking about people in the squad. You're saying Arthur, you're saying Chase, and Correa should not play. So I'm asking who is going to be the spinners. Sinclair obviously cannot play because he's not in the squad. Ideally, for most people, Sinclair and Arthanes should be in the squad, right? But we're talking about the squad. Those guys are not in the squad. Apart from their contract, some CWI should introduce a performance bonus for the players. This might serve as a motivating factor. That's a good idea right there. CWI needs to negotiate with franchise and ensure that the money reach under 12 level. There needs to be a collaboration between the regional boards, ISA local cricket club, CWI and franchise. So the thing is this, where CWI is concerned, everybody is actually under their umbrella. So they are the ones that need to trickle down the money. Franchise in as it relates to franchise cricket, though, they are not obligated to any they are not obligated to the boards. I think once upon a time I heard that whenever they sign a player, the club that the player is from gets a cut. I don't know how true that is, but the franchise don't have any obligations to the board, so they can negotiate with the board, and the board can negotiate with them like that. Carty can spin and bowl medium pace. He's better when he bowls medium pace. All right, I hear you. Okay, let me try to find the link. Jason Waller is also a bowler who can also spin. West Indies will do well. All right, we're looking to close off now, but we have Gio right here. So the fact that he's on usually I would open the link, but we're almost 2 hours in. So I'm gonna give Gio an opportunity to say what he has to say, and then we will rush out of here. Yes, Gio, what say you?
I'm doing good, and how are you?
I'm doing okay for the most part.
Yeah, man. Yeah, thank you for having me. Yeah, that guy Bobby was talking nonsense, man, about Test cricket and stuff like that. Because technically, if you look at this, right, West Indies only playing 6 Test cricket a year, right? What's the point? A player should be committed to six Test cricket, 6 Test match a year, right? And while England and Australia playing like 11, 12. That's why those players are more committed, right? And then again, like if you see the top players in England, they're making over a million pounds per year.
Yeah.
Plus they're getting bonus fees and all that type of fees. You
So
know what I mean? So
I mean, gonna let you continue just to smooth it over a little bit. I was just back and forth with debating with him just to see, to debate the point. So, not to squash him and say nonsense or anything, but you probably brought it across better than I did. The amount of Test cricket that we are playing, as I said, it all has to do with the players being committed and wanting to play. But it is clear as day why the players are going to play IPL and all of that. Us wanting them to be patriotic, we have to be honest and know that they are working. It's their job. So you probably explain it better than I did. But it's a little bit funny to say that, it's a little bit funny to say that, to compare those guys though.
yes, I know, right? And also look at this, right? Say for example, if a West Indies player was committed to play Test cricket, right?
Mm.
In England, you got county cricket that got really good facilities, and then you got playing like more than 12 county cricket games to develop your game. West Indies, in a good year, we might play 6, 7 first
Yeah.
class games. So why should I focus myself on playing a game that's hardly giving me time? Because say for example, right? Say I'm
Mm.
trying to focus on Test cricket in England. I get picked and I play like 10 matches. I make my million or 1.2, whatever million I make. And then I come to county cricket. I got the facilities to train. I got all this good stuff, right? So
Mm-hmm.
I'm good right there, right? But if I'm a T20 cricket player and I'm from the West Indies, I'm gonna choose to play T20 cricket. I can go IPL, I can make my million, I can make my million there, I can make
Mm-hmm.
100K there, 100K there. Like a lot of us fans, well, I had to change my ways. A lot of us fans gotta realize these players out here, as much they can only be committed to this much.
Yeah.
Because say for example, right? Like if I'm Puran, right? I think Puran I, I don't even think Puran should even try to play Test cricket because why give up my chance of making over 3 million US per year playing all type of franchise league just to play what 6 Test matches and then get cursed out every time when I don't do good? I
So
need peace.
the thing is, I mean, Bobby here is saying that the best players are test players, and us that love cricket, we will agree and say, test cricket is the ultimate form, and that is the truest way to test players. So I understand the passion, Bobby, in terms of wanting to see us play test cricket. And he went on to say that when we were beating people in the 90s, our players were playing test. And I agree. But that's what I'm saying, Bobby. The guys are we want to see them doing this and commit to it, because we are looking at it from the fans' perspective and saying, listen, we're watching it for fun and entertainment, but I'm saying these guys are doing it for money, and not a lot of them are that passionate to. I definitely understand what Bobby is saying, wanting to see the guys play and thing like that, wanting to see them play test cricket, but it's just a case now where the guys are looking to secure their future. So I get what he's saying, but he's just weird.
Yes, yes. And then one more thing. And then one more thing. Look at this, right? So, for
Mm,
example, right, when West Indies used to be good in the past, right, in the 70s and 80s, whatever, a lot of our players used to play counter cricket.
yeah.
Now we can't even play counter cricket to develop our game.
We can't make a county team. It's probably 3 or 4 test players. You see, they always send for Kemar Roach. They wanted Jaden Seals the other day when he was fit. Azari Joseph. Probably they would take Brathwaite, but we can't make the county teams. Can't make it.
Yeah, yes. And remember, county cricket, they got caps. They got caps. They can only have like two overseas player per game.
Yeah.
Yes, and then another thing is like back in there when West Indies used to be good, our training methods was really better than other teams. So
Mm,
because other teams they got more money, so they're going to catch up to us,
mm.
you
And I
know.
mean, mhm,
Uh, and then I said one more thing. A lot of people don't realize, right? Like we can blame CWI about a lot of stuff, right? But I was just looking at flights to go from Jamaica to Barbados, right? That's
mm,
just for one flight. That's on a regular flight, regular economy
yeah.
flight, right? It's 500 US, right?
Mm,
It's 500 US, right? That's we at a disadvantage. So imagine you trying to fly an entire team from island to island to play cricket to develop their game. So
mm,
playing cricket in the Caribbean is much more expensive than playing cricket in England, playing cricket in India, playing cricket in Australia. Because all you got to do is either fly cross country in Australia, which is like cheaper because it's one country. You just got to take a bus in England or you got to take a train in India. So West Indies is at a disadvantage from that point also.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
All right. All right, Gia. Thanks for that.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, man. No problem.
All right.
All right. I was saying, I think Frank is trying to say something, so we're gonna get Frank on. See some more comment. Yeah, you don't show my message, hater. There you don't. But there's an easy solution to that if you think I am hiding a message and being hater. Easy solution, man. Easy solution to that. Easy solution. Yes, Frank. I think you're on now, so let
Yeah,
us hear what you have to say.
yes, just to follow on what your last caller just said, I
Yeah.
share the same sentiment.
Mm-hmm.
Realistically, I would love to see players dedicated to Test cricket, but the way
Mm-hmm.
it is now that we only play what, how many Tests a year now, two or something crazy like that. People have to make a living.
Yeah.
Let's be realistic. And as much as I come from back in the day when West Indies was doing well, we
Yeah.
ruled cricket. We were more marketable than we are now, and
Mm-hmm.
that sort of thing. Despite all these fancy directors we have, they don't seem to have a clue how to market West Indies cricket. But that's another story. But what I'm saying is, people have to make a living, and we would need the finances
Yeah.
to be able to have that balance where players are able to test themselves, see how good they can be, the best they can be at their skills, at
Mm-hmm.
their game, and also rewarded financially for it, where they can feel safe and they can, you know, manage their families and stuff like that. So all
Mm-hmm.
these things have to come into consideration. And I
Yeah.
think a lot of people be not thinking, just thinking these players are some they must play for the West
Exactly.
Indies if they don't get trainers. And I think we have to really review the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it's,
Yeah. All right, man. Thanks. Where Bobby, I agree in terms of what you're saying with us not producing the quality cricketers and not being able to rule test cricket, I agree with all of that, but I'm just saying in the comment section here, Bobby, there's two sides to it. So, you're saying when we rule cricket, it was test cricket, and, that is why we're not being good. And I agree, because a lot of our cricketers that are coming through, a lot of the ones that we think are talented, we would want to shepherd them towards the first class system for them to develop. People like the Hetmeyer, the Poor, and a lot of these guys would want to see them going in and going through to play test cricket. So I understand what you're saying, that our cricketers are not playing enough red ball cricket. I preach that every day. But I'm just saying there's two sides to the coin. As fans, it is easy for us to say, listen, play test cricket only or mostly, and don't worry about any other thing. As fans, it's easier for us to say. But let us just put ourselves in their shoes. At your job now, if you're working, you're at your job, right? And you work on yours and get your qualifications up. The players continuously improve in their game. You can call it that. That is their qualification. So players continuously improve in their game, right? That would be their qualifications. Just as you're at your job, if you get qualifications going up and you're now more marketable, you see a company reaching out for you for 10 times what you're making at your previous country. Most people are at your current company. Most people are going to move on and take it. The problem is that as fans, we see it as them playing cricket and representing the region only. These guys are doing that, yes, and they love the game, but they're also doing it as what you would call it's their job. It's their job, if you understand what I'm saying. All right. Nepal, USA, and Sri Lanka will beat the West Indies. Okay. Good night, man. Why either Brooks and Chase all in the squad? The batsman Clark, McKenny, and Alec making the team. I don't know. After Lara became a multimillionaire, think about cricket change. After Lara became a multimillionaire. All right. I'm gonna use one thing before I finish. All right. The ear just shell and said, no, I understand Michael Holling. And I understand Michael Holling because he's coming from that school, the cricket change, but he's just looking at it from that level. And listen what I'm going to use to show you that even the guys that are passionate about West Indies cricket understands that securing the money is good. Listen why I'm going to say that. Listen. Ian Bishop, Samuel Badri, Brian Lara, a lot of these guys who we now think would be good coaches for the West Indies to work right throughout the years with the players. I can guarantee you that a lot of these guys will not sign a contract to be coaches for the West Indies team. A lot of these guys came up playing test cricket. This is the last argument I'm going to put on it. A lot of these guys came up playing test cricket. Test cricket is what they love. And these guys love West Indies cricket more than even a lot of us. They are passionate about it because they played cricket in a time when they were going through the racial abuse and all of that. And a lot of those guys will never put a pen to paper and sign a contract to coach West Indies cricket. You know why? Because these same guys, they are getting 4, 5, 10 times the money to pop up in a IPL, pop up in a PSL, pop up here and there, coach for 2 months, go home and relax, then go back to the franchise and do the same thing over and over. And it's a reason why they are doing it. All right. If we don't watch cricket, how will we get paid? That's why international team like us don't have sponsor. And it's not only because we don't watch cricket. We don't have any sponsor. These are things that we debate on this platform for months. We have been debating these things for years. We don't have any sponsors because sponsors don't want to attach their brand to what is not winning. It's difficult. But that is my last argument on that part, Bobby, and I'm going to run. But think about it. Ian Bishop is one of the most intelligent person when it comes on to cricket in the Caribbean. He identifies talents. He knows how to improve them. And this is not me bashing him, you know. This is just because I'm a fan of all of these guys. This is me just using an example. And I'm using the example of past players who toiled for West Indies cricket. Ian Bishop, as I said, you understand, Brian Lara, all of these guys that are marketable in terms of commentating and coaching, the ones that are not that marketable, they will not, they are going to stick around in the region and try to coach. But the ones that are marketable in terms of commentating and coaching, tell me why they don't refuse all of that, seeing that they love the cricket so much, and come and sit with West Indies team for the entire year. I would love it, you know, because I would love to have somebody like Ian Bishop around West Indies cricket for the entire year. But think about it. Think about what we're asking the players to do. I want test cricket. I love test cricket. But I'm saying there's two flip to the coin. Right? Think about it. Think about it. Think about it. Why is it that these guys that are that dominated cricket, they love the cricket, they play the cricket for us in a time when they went through all sorts of things and they know the cricket more than most of us? Why don't they turn their back on the same franchise cricket that we complain about? Why don't they turn their back on commentating there? Why don't they turn their back on coaching? Why don't they turn their back on being mentors and come and help West Indies cricket? Think about it. We're going to leave it right there so for now. But Bobby, it was good to have that little discussion there. Big up on yourself, my peeps. I will touch base again soon. Blessings, everybody.